subscribers. My name is Dolapo Jegede, and I am a registered social worker currently working in northern Saskatchewan in Canada. Um, so, for my subscribers, I want to say thank you for your huge support. You don't even know how happy I am for the support, but I'm so excited, and you are the reason why I'm doing this and to continue to stay consistent and to put my time to put out the video because I feel like it's something that is helping people, and I also enjoy putting this kind of informations together. Um, so, um, so thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing. I want you guys to use the opportunity to help me. Please help me to share this video to anyone in your contact that you think it is going to be beneficial for, like it's going to be helpful for them, for their life, for their career, and stuff like that. All right, so um, on today's video, I'm going to be talking about typical social work assignments. Yeah, so somebody had made a comment few months ago asking what a typical social work assignment is like. And I thought I am going to do a video about this because I didn't really see any much video about it at all on YouTube, and I think it's going to be helpful for people who are deciding to go into social work. So in yeah, let us just dive into the video. So just a disclaimer that this video does not in any way advise you that all the assignment that I'm going to be talking about is what you are going to have in your own programs. So basically, I am saying that assignment is dependent on school, the course, the professor or the instructor teaching the course, and the type of program you are in, such as is it a diploma program, is it a bachelor's degree, or is it a graduate program. So, and I'm just gonna talk a little bit about that. So, when it comes to assignment, it's not just for social work program alone. When it comes to assignment for any program, um, it's really tricky to say this is what the assignment is going to be like for a specific school, right? Um, for example, social work in Saskatchewan, their program may be, doing exams as part of their assignment, while other school is just papers, right? And I am going to be sharing a little bit of my experience when I did my bachelor's in Saskatchewan and I did my master's in social work in um, in Ontario, and the differences that I saw when it comes to assignments. Okay. Um, Again, the assignment is also dependent on the course. So, for example, if you are taking a communication course, for example, you are more likely to be given an assignment that involves you recording yourself interacting with your classmate pretending to be a client, right? So, because they are wanting you to learn how to demonstrate a specific skills such as empathy or open-ended question, closed-ended question, and stuff like that. So it is really easy for them to ask you to record yourself through an interview with another person and be able to critique what you think you did well in that video or what you think you can improve on. On another note, professors or instructors has the autonomy to design their own syllabus. So an instructor can say, I can decide to do the assessment of this course by just making my student to write research paper. Some instructor, maybe they don't have enough, they can decide to say, oh, I don't have time to read so much papers, so it is going to be a computerized exam where the system is going to mark the exam for the students. It also depends on the type of program, if it is a diploma like I said earlier, or a bachelor's or a graduate degree. So through throughout my social work career, or throughout my social work education rather, I would say that I had done assignment that is related to all that that I added here, you know, and I'm going to talk and explain each of them. So the first one is quizzes. So quizzes is just like a, like a short questions. It's usually multiple choice, about 10 or 15 or 20. That it's designed to test a specific portion of the course. So, for example, they can test you for module one. They can get you to do a quiz for module two, right? Like, so it is graded like maybe 20% of your grade or 10% of your grade. Um, and I'm gonna show you guys an example of quizzes. Okay, so an example of quizzes is this one. Where is it? So this is an example of quiz. Okay, so this course is an addiction course. Is actually a professional development course, and so they are asking us question about addiction. So and then the system we mark it, and then they will give us feedback. If we fail it, it's usually give us multiple attempts, right? some some course will not give you multiple attempts, so it really depends on the course that you are taking. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my notes. um So quizzes, so we talked about that. So your assignment can be a research paper, which I think I love the most because it gives the student the ability to critically think. Um, so a research paper is specific to your course. For example, if you are taking a course on addiction, you are more likely to do a research paper that is related to addiction. So, for example, you can be writing a paper that is related to different kind of treatment for addiction, for alcohol addiction, or you can be talking about a topic that is related to harm reduction, right? So it's really your paper topic, your research topic is going to be focused on specific course, the topic that you're picking. So the third one is exam, which I don't really like, but I have no choice. I don't really like exam, but um, yeah, some some courses you have to write an exam, right? It kind of really depends on how the instructor designed the course. So exam, it can be in the middle of the term. They usually call it midterm, or it can be final exam. So midterm exam, what's midterm exam or final exam. So the midterm exam is the exam that you write in the middle of the term, and then the final exam is kind of like the exam that you write at the end of the semester, so at the end of the course, right? So usually an exam will consist of multiple choices, short answers, matching questions, filling the gap questions, and long answers, which is usually like an essay for you to write. And then the next one is project. So like I said earlier, they can ask you guys to do like a video or a assessment of some sort, right? When I took communication, we're required to interview our student, our co-students, and then we're required to demonstrate some communication skills and interviewing skills, such as empathy, open-ended question, close-ended questions, silence, paraphrasing, those kind of skills that you can't necessarily learn only by reading a book or writing an exam, right? So the good part of also doing an interviewing assignments of your uh, co-students, it gives you the ability to critique the skills that you used or you didn't use, and then you are able to reflect on that experience. what did you do better in the interview, and what do you think you can do better, going forward into practice, right? So the last one that I think is really important is community services, or which can come as out or act of kindness or and volunteerism. So when I was in undergrad, the first, I can remember the first social work class I took. They gave us an assignment where you have to do an act of kindness or volunteer for 40 hours. So I remember volunteering in a community food bank for 40 hours, and I really enjoyed the experience. So an act of kindness assignment is basically when you see a need in somebody needing help, and then you help them. So an example is, for example, you saw an elder lady shoveling the snow, and you request to help that elderly to shovel the snow. That is an act of kindness. So an act of kindness can be many things, different example. um, it can be helping a family member who is struggling with domestic violence, to help them to babysit. It can be different kind of help. So I'm going to tell you about my experience when I did my bachelor's in social work and when I did my master's. So when I did my bachelor's in social work, there was, I think I wrote about two exams for the period. I was in school for 18 months, because I already had another degree, so I didn't do social work for 4 years. So throughout my 18 months of studying the bachelor's of social work, I think there was only two exams, and I really like it. There's usually like just paper and quizzes um, and community services and projects to do, presentation, and that I did. So with the paper pages though, when I was in undergrad, I think the paper page that I wrote is between like 10 10 to 15 pages of research paper, compared to when I was in my master's. When I did my graduate degree, I was writing up to 15 to 25 pages of a research paper. It also depends on the kind of program that you're doing as well for your master's. So if you are doing a thesis master's, you are going to be writing a lot of paper. You are going to be writing a lot of literature review, right? Again, like I said earlier, it depends on the type of program that you're doing that will determine what the typical assignment is going to, what your assignment is going to look like. I am going to show you guys a sample of my social work bachelor's degree research paper. It's on ResearchGate, so you guys can take a look at it. Um, so I wrote this paper in 2019, and I think is for social policy. That yeah. So yes. So this is the paper. So basically, the title of my paper is the social determinant of health, social policy to address food insecurity in Canada. So, uh, you know, um, and as of that time, I haven't. So that is the name of the professor, and that's the name of the school, University of Regina, and then this is the abstract of the paper. And I think this was my longest paper in undergrad, because it was, they wanted us to read about 25 research articles. Um, so there's so much references and different parts to the paper that has to be done. So the paper went up to 15 pages, and then with references, it came to a total of about 18 pages, which is not bad. So that is an undergraduate paper for a fourth year bachelor's of social work student. So I am gonna show you guys a paper that I wrote for my master's, for my graduate degree in social work. So this paper is a poverty paper. So it's was it poverty? No, I don't think it's poverty. I think it's what is it called? So this is the name of the course, right? The power, violence, and resilience, right? Um, and the title of my paper is Men as Victims, Women as Perpetrators. So, can you guys remember the last time I told you that your assignment or your paper is going to be focused on the course, right? So, this course basically was talking about domestic violence, the use of power, and as well as ability for people to be resilient, right, in their experiences. So, so my paper basically explore why are men left out of domestic violence and abuse conversation, right? So, so that was what I did my paper on, and if you guys can see, it's it's not, yeah, it's like 8 pages paper, and then with the reference made it about 10 pages, which is not bad at all. So it depends on the course requirement as well, right? There are some courses that will say you need to write 25 pages. There are also some courses that will say you need to write 10 pages. So it really, really depends. So yeah. So these are the things to think about. These are the typical social work assignments. And if you guys, uh, if you are a social worker or you are a social work student, is there, what are you guys, what is a typical social work assignment in your school? Put it in the comments below and let's have a chat. If you guys have any question or comment, please do not hesitate to put it in the comments below or email me at dolapocontent@gmail.com. Until next time, thank you for watching my video and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.